Good evening, everyone. It's Wednesday, 9:04 p.m. Brazil time, actually. And it is time for a game. It's time for class. It's time for a game. And if you don't know me, I am Renata. I'm an English teacher, and I have been one for the past 15 years. Welcome aboard. Welcome, Fefe, João Marcelo, Leila, Felipe. Welcome, everybody. We are going to play a game tonight. As you can see right there in the title, we are going to play a game called Tell Me Something Without Actually Telling Me Something. This is a TikTok viral challenge that has come in all shapes and sizes, all kinds of funny TikTok videos. I can't say the word or Instagram will resent me. But anyway, the Neighbor app, the viral challenge here in the Neighbor app. So we're going to play that game. And what's the purpose of the game? All right. The idea here is to work on our recalling our memory, right? Work with the recalling technique that allows us to pull back from our memory in a way that we work harder on it. It's not like multiple choice. You know, you can choose how or what you're gonna say, what is right, what is better. You have to think of another way to say it. And it's a great type of exercise to make sure that you keep your English fresh. You know, you remember different ways, different kinds of saying the same thing. And because I'm here, MC and I are here to help you go from okay English to the 2% English, the English that only 2% of Brazilians actually speak. That 2% English is all about choosing. It's all about options. It's not just about communicating. There is a motto here at Fluent for Rio that says, MC and I always say this, being understood does not mean speaking proper English. Being understood does not mean speaking proper English. The 2% English, that very select group of people, unfortunately small. We want to make that group bigger. But unfortunately, that small group is able, right? What are they able to do? They are able to choose how they say things depending on where they are. That's what we are going to practice here tonight. You know, in real practice, we are working on practice and feedback here tonight. I'll give you feedback on the answers, you know, what you tell me. And we are going to work our brains, all right? Think of different ways to say something. So you're not allowed to use any words, you know, anything that I say. Apparently for me here, finally, after months, I can see there is a little button where I can actually choose an image from my phone, which I'm very happy for. Next week, I'm sure I'll have something prepared because for weeks, months, I had the whole lesson prepared and I couldn't open the media because the button had disappeared. But I'm happy to have it back. Next week, I'll have the images. This week, you will listen to me, all right? Listen to the sentence and the challenge is on. Two options. You, on the other side of the screen, you can write your sentence in the comments. Feel free, I'll take a look at those. Or you can also, if you want, join me on the live stream. Click on the video button below, right here, next to the little heart, which, by the way, thank you. Please click on it. I will be very happy if you do. That invites more people over to the live stream. And you can join me here live tonight, all right? MC is probably on her way. She told me she was running a bit behind, but for now, it's me, alrighty? So let's get started then. Tell me something without actually telling me something. Tell me that you like somebody's job. You like what they did without actually saying, I like your job. Nice work. I like your work. Without telling, I like your work, tell the person that you like their work. How would you rephrase that? How would you write that sentence again? Tell the person I like your job, I like your work, without actually using those words, without saying, I like your work. While you're thinking about the answer, let me give you a tip, a technique that I like to instruct my students to do. Whenever you feel the need to practice options or really improve your writing, improve that email that you're not so sure if it's, the best option. Try to include a frame. What is a frame? A sentence that will give the mood of what you're trying to say, kind of introduce. If it's something good, for example, you can say, fortunately, I'm happy to say that, luckily. Something bad, unfortunately, I'm sorry to say that, I'm afraid. If you disagree, if it's conflict, something that you don't want to be, fighting about, but you have to. These phrases that help you. One, frame. Second, try to be more specific. Instead of saying words, generic words like people, things, nice, be more specific. Instead of people, you can say client, employees, colleagues. Who are these people? Instead of things, what you're talking about, the issue, the matter, the situation, the meeting, what? And instead of nice, maybe something more, if it's something visual, something attractive, something appealing, something good in terms of quality. It can be, cutting edge. It can be modern, innovative. Be more specific. And last but not least, elevated. A word that is cool, elevated English, not just basic English. So let's take a look at some sentences here. The first one from Janine. I appreciate your effort. All right, I appreciate your effort. Janine, that's a beautiful sentence. It just reminds me more of when the person tried to do it but couldn't do it. They didn't succeed. So you are kind of telling them, I know you couldn't do it, but I know you tried. It kind of gives me that vibe. But it doesn't necessarily have to be like that, but it gives me that vibe. Layla, I really appreciate your job. All right, so instead of like, Layla said appreciate. That's a great option for like, okay? Instead of saying I like this, I appreciate this. Not just for things that happened, but for things that you usually prefer, I appreciate people who have a light mood in the office, who are always happy. I appreciate those kind of people. So that means you like them, you prefer them. That's a great substitute, an elevated substitute for like. Great one, Leila. She's being more specific. I really appreciate your job. Alrighty. I really appreciate your effort. Luisa wrote the same sentence. So Luisa, the same note goes for that, okay, for you. I really enjoyed her performance. All right. I really enjoyed her performance. Lucas, I am not sure enjoy is the best word for the workplace in terms of satisfaction with somebody's work. Enjoy is something very personal and very emotional. It's very connected with feelings. So I personally would prefer a more neutral verb, like appreciate. Enjoy is not a problem, okay? I just don't want you to overuse it because it is something that could be mistaken for something more emotional. Of course, it's a very generic sentence. I gave you a very generic sentence, so it could be anything. It could be, for example, an artistic performance, a musical performance. It could be something that you really enjoy, in that sense. If it's something more technical, more formal, then I would choose maybe another verb. I appreciate. What else? Instead of appreciate. I'm trying to think of something else. Now it's stuck in my head. Appreciate, when you can't get something off your head. It's stuck in my head. But there are other ways to say that too. I'll think of another one too. And let's see what else you have for us. I'm very proud of you as your boss. Okay, I'm very proud of you. Sure, the boss could say that to the employee, right? Good job, I'm very proud of you. All right, good one. She. That's your name. I don't know exactly what your name is, but I like that. She. Okay, any more guesses? Any more tries? Let's see. If you just walked in, hi Arthur. If you just walked in, we are substituting, we are playing a game. Tell me something without telling me something. You have to rephrase the phrase that I give you. We are going to number 2 right now, all right? Guilherme said, good job, you rock, you shine. These are straight to the point, informal, great when you have, when you know the person, when you want to, in the environment that you work at, when it allows that kind of objective, and informal, more informal, right? Good job, you shine, you rock, you rule. Admire, yes, admire. Admire the performance. Okay, all right, I guess you could use that. I prefer to say I admire the professional. I admire her competence. I admire how great of a professional she is. How professional she is. How competent they are, right? He or she, of course. But yeah. Congratulations. Straight to the point. I like your job. Congratulations. Okay, your effort was worth it. Okay, Vinicius. You need to use a verb to be there. Your effort was worth it. I would understand that you followed this person's journey to accomplish that, to do what she did, and then you are kind of validating all the struggle that they went through. You're going like, you know what? I know how hard you worked, and see, your effort was worth the time, the investment of energy. It was worth it. Nice way to put it too. Alrighty, coming in. Okay. So, hello, Edson. Let's go to number 2, everybody then, all right? Number 2. This one, okay. I'm going to put you in a tricky position now. What if you have a new job and you have to tell your boss that you have a new job, you got a better job offer. So tell me you got a better job offer without telling me that you got a better job offer. How does that go? How do you break that news to the boss? Tell me you got a better job offer without telling me you got a better job offer. That's sentence number 2. While you're thinking, tell me you got a better job offer. All right, I'm gonna tag it in the comments here. That's what you're supposed to do. Tell me you got a better job offer without actually doing that. Using those words, using other words, right? Arthur said, game over for you, dear. Have you seen those viral, there's a guy that put on a Spider-Man costume to quit his job. There are some videos that go viral, about people quitting their job and then just doing whatever they want to do before leaving. I remember those. That was one of those people would definitely go and go, game over for you, my dear. Your loss. Oh, Lucas has a nice one here. The experience you gave me allowed me to find a higher position in another company. Very nice, Lucas. Very polite, very thoughtful, considerate to the boss and the people in the company, right? Appreciating the time that you spent there and breaking the news. the experience you gave me allowed me to find a higher position in another. Okay, just substitute other for another company because it's singular. Other is always followed by plural. Nice one, Lucas. Okie dokie. So, let's see what else. Luisa is saying, Janine is saying, I'm really thankful for this opportunity, but I am considering trying new roads. Okay, so you're considering trying new roads. Great. So you, I like that because you never actually said that you're making more money or better, you have a better job offer, right? Like not making the boss jealous, but just like, no, I'm just considering trying new, I'm considering trying new roads. I'm really thankful for this opportunity, but I'm considering, I think I would keep one because of the double ing. I think it's a little, sometimes it's better not to use a double ing like that. So you could say, I'm considering new paths, or I'm trying in the sense of I'm going to try using the present continuous for the future. I'm trying a new path or new paths. Okay, nice one, Janine. Luisa, I got a nice opportunity to expand my limits. All right. Luisa, I would add something to to soften the blow. You know what that expression means? Soften the blow. Okay, this is a blow. Boxing. Now we are in the middle of the Olympic Games. This is a blow. So to soften the blow, let's say I get a pillow and I put the pillow here. The pillow softens the blow, makes the blow softer. So I would put something there to soften the blow. I would go something like, thank you so much for, like Janine said, I'm really thankful for this opportunity, but I got a nice opportunity to expand my horizons. I think I would change maybe limits for horizons, it's kind of, I don't know, maybe it feels like you are limited where you are. I mean, you could, nowadays anything maybe could offend or not offend, it's fine, whatever you say, but I think it's better to be careful. It's like just a personal style. So I would say, I would go for something like that. Like, I'm sorry to say that, or I am afraid that I got a nice opportunity. Kind of, I'm afraid would be kind of negative for something so positive for you. It's negative for the boss. But I would go for something like that. I'm sorry to say that, blah, 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 unfortunately, or fortunately, like, haha, unfortunately or fortunately, at the same time, etc. Shil, I would like to thank you, okay, or to say thanks. I think I prefer to thank you. It's a little more polite formal. I would like to thank you for giving me this opportunity. For now, I have other priorities. Okay, but for now, I have other priorities. All right, then you would be saying that you don't want to accept this offer or the job, or you're leaving the job you are working at now because you have other priorities. I don't think the person would understand that you have another job, at site. They might think that you are maybe prioritizing your family. That's what I would understand, okay? Prioritizing your health, your mental health. Did you see what happened to Simone Biles, the gymnast, the American gymnast? I just heard very quickly on the radio that she dropped out of the games. She stepped out, saying that she needed to take care of her mental health. And then she didn't take part in one of the competitions, the team competition. So, that's what she did. She said, thank you everybody, but I have other priorities right now. Not necessarily another competition, like, no, the Olympic Games, not that important. There is another championship for me. No, it's like I have to take care of myself. So maybe, it would be a little ambiguous. If you don't want to open up, that's okay. You don't have to say, right, I'm leaving because I have a better job offer. Maybe you want to, just leave it there like that. But that's what I would understand. I would think, maybe family, maybe, his wife or, his significant other wants him to be around more. Maybe kids, maybe mental health, maybe, I don't know, other priorities like that. That's what I would think. Okay, very nice, Chill. Layla, although I was happy working here, I have to say I got a new position in another company. Okay, also didn't say like a better company, woohoo! Although I was happy working here, I have to say I got a new position in another company. Okay, I have to say, right, it's like I'm being honest with you here. I'm opening up. Although I was happy working here, I have to say I got a new position. I think, Layla, just a suggestion, all right? You can kind of say like, I think, although I had a happy journey working here, not I was happy, something a little more specific. Although I had a happy journey working here, although I had an amazing time working here, or while I worked here, I have to say I got a new position in another company. All right. Silvio saying, I understand you, but my pronunciation is terrible. Silvio, we have so many pronunciation classes here. Go to our IGTV, find them, study them. They are practice, 100% practice, and work with us. Alrighty, Guilherme. Sorry, boss, but I have new plans in my life right now. Bye-bye. I love Guilherme's style. Guilherme goes straight to the point, no curves. No curveballs. All right, sorry, boss, but I have new plans in my life right now. Bye. Bye-bye. Spider-Man style. Oh, God, okay. Arthur, you will not believe, but it seems... tomorrow my LinkedIn will consider a new position at a new company. Interesting, right? It seems tomorrow my LinkedIn... Is that like sarcastic, Arthur? Or are you sharing something real with me? Or like, you won't believe, but it seems, I feel like, there is something is telling me that tomorrow my LinkedIn will consider a new position at a new company. Interesting, right? I get it. You're being sarcastic. Okay, I get it. If you just walked in, if you just joined in, try to say you got a better job offer without actually it's here, right? Without telling me with those words that you got a better job offer. Use another sentence. I love that one, Arthur. Massa sensitiva. Cynthia, I guess it's time to try something new in my career. Thanks for the opportunity to develop myself here. All right. I guess it's time to try something new in my career. All right. Thanks for the opportunity to develop myself here. Okay, I think I would trade develop myself for develop my skills, develop my, I think my skills would be a nice substitute. All right. Hi, Nachi. Welcome. Hi, Juju. Hello. Okay, all right. Guilherme has another one. Boss, I really enjoy working with you, but I want to change some things in my life. Some things, separated, 2 words. Some things in my life, so I have to move on. Goodbye. It's not you, boss. It's me. That was kind of almost a breakup thing, Hi, MC. There she is, everybody. MC is coming in, so she's going to be part. Okie dokie. All right, and you also, if you want to come in and join us, hi, partner.
Hello. And you thought I wouldn't show up.
They are on fire.
I can see. I saw just the last piece here, and I could see you're reading like all the examples that they were sending your way. That's so nice. And Congrats on the participation, everyone. That's the way we're going to improve. And hey,
Yes, yes, yes,
Paula.
yes. Okay, the last one, okay, before we move on to the next sentence. Kai saying, I think it's time to leave this job. Therefore, I'm considering uh, taking over new challenges. I think it's time to leave this job. Therefore, I'm considering taking over new challenges. Straight to the point, okay, Kai? Very straight to the point. There's no emotion involved, right? Like, oh, I'm so sorry to say this. I'm so thankful for the time here. Straight to the point. Just keep that in mind, all right? Okay. All right, all right, all right. Next one, MC, are you ready?
I am.
Okay. This now. Tell me. I'm gonna write it in the comments so that everybody can follow. Oh, wait. Okay. Tell me. Tell the person, not me, okay? Tell the person they have made a mistake without telling them that they have made a mistake. All right? So you have to tell someone, hey, you've made a mistake without using those words. How else can you say that?
Okay.
All right? You can go nuts. Think of work environment, professional environment, down to informal, down to your best friend at work, the person that you have, you have a lot of freedom to talk to. Okay, and then I'll measure up the formal, informal to everybody. Don't worry about it. You can be sarcastic like Arthur was, straight to the point like Guilherme has been, and I'll point out those details to you. So tell the person they've made a mistake without actually telling them they've made a mistake. Go. MC, do you have any guesses? You want to give it a try?
Well, I'll give it a try. I'm probably not gonna give the best solution to, well, not solution, the best example. But I could put it this way. Are you sure? Hey, are you sure this is the way it's supposed to be?
So Canadian. You've been there too long.
Really? Because
You
it's
know
like,
the person
well,
has made a mistake and you're still asking, are you sure this is what it is supposed to be like? So
yeah.
polite. But it's a very sometimes you can't just go and say you've made a mistake. Sometimes you have to beat around the bush. Have you ever heard this expression?
No, it's brand new.
Yeah, you have to go little by little, like, oh, go around instead of going straight. You have to beat around the bush and, ask like you did. What was it again?
Well, are you sure that this is the best way? Or are you sure this is the way it's supposed to be?
Okay, are you sure that this is the right way? Great. So let's see here. Cynthia, I don't know
My
if this is
mom
the better.
joined. Hey, mom.
Your mom?
Yeah.
Oh, hi, Giovanna. I didn't see her because I stopped on the comments.
If you want to post
I think,
something only in English, okay, mom? Only in English.
will she understand if you say
I
that?
guess I guess you will. That phrase, it's pretty okay.
Okay. Okay, so Kai's saying, I think it's time. Oh, wait. Sorry, I went back too far. Cynthia is saying, I don't know if this is the best way to do this. The better way, Cynthia, is okay if there are only two options being considered. If you know that there are only two ways you can do something, the person chooses one, and then you're like, I'm not sure if this is the better way to do this. I think the other option might be better. All right, unless if not, best. I don't know if this is the best way to do this. Also very polite, like MC was, right? You're going like slowly, beating around the bush a little bit at a time. What do you think, MC, about that one?
Well, it's a good one, especially because if you wanna ask the question and make the person realize that she or he made a mistake, that's much better than you actually pointing fingers, you know? Well,
Yeah.
at least in the workplace. I mean, if it's your brother or sister, who cares, right?
Yeah. All right, João Marcelo is saying you could be done like this. Show an example. Ah, okay. You could have done it like this. You could have done it like this, showing an example. All right, so you're showing an alternative to what the person did. So let's imagine the person did something. They showed you how they did. And then you're like, okay, I think I would add also, João Marcelo, like, okay, I see what you did here, but you could have done it like this. So kind of like acknowledge what they did. Ah, I see what you did here, but you could have done it like this as well. You know, you could have done it like this too. Showing an example, showing the best alternative. That's nice as well. All right, MC, read Layla's for us. Let's alternate the reading.
Layla. Don't get me wrong. You might have a misconception about
No,
this
she has
subject.
another one, I think, before that. I'm afraid. After
Layla.
Marcel.
Layla. I'm afraid you could be misinformed about this point.
What do you think, MC?
That's so sharp.
Phonetically, it's correct.
Uh,
Sharp, straight to the point, straightforward.
yeah, it is sharp, and we need to be careful because most of the times this is gonna sound really, how can I say, I know better than you kind of thing. Forgot the word even in
Oh,
Portuguese.
right,
What's
right.
but anyway.
Mm-hmm. Even though she's saying I'm afraid, but that's right. You could be misinformed. Maybe the
Yeah,
word
because
misinformed is a little too tough, right? Too sharp, too rough.
and it depends on the intonation as well, how she's gonna play that, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Um, but anyway, people can be offended with so little that you never know. Just give it a try.
Mm-hmm.
It's a
Yeah,
mistake. We need to make sure that let's acknowledge it's a mistake.
yeah.
Anyway,
All right. So Lucas is saying, don't you think you could have done this in a different way? Wow, Lucas, very sharp. Especially when you go, don't you think? That's, very, very, very blunt, very straightforward. Don't you think you could have done this in a different way? I would choose that, you know, with someone that I really know, and I'm sure they won't be offended. I'm sure they deal very well with my criticism, with my pointing mistakes, and also depending on the mood, I think, hey, come on, don't you think you could have done this in a different way? Light, playing it light, but this is very, very straightforward. All right, Arthur
and
has
there's
one
no
for us.
harm in being straightforward, okay? Just read the audience. I mean, read the audience, try to see how they're going to react, and from there you can then apologize. Maybe the person got it too personal, and then you can say, no, please don't get me wrong, what I mean is, and then you soften things up if necessary.
Yeah, and I think this is a very important lesson because when we deal with, we are assuming that English is the language being used in the workplace, and not necessarily will you have another native speaker on the other side. You may have someone from maybe you have a German and someone from Argentina and someone from Mexico and someone from China. Depending on the nationality, they could have a more aggressive style. And if you are too polite, maybe imagine it's a business negotiation. I've heard this, like, it's kind of like one is playing the other, and you can't just give too much room, in the negotiation. You have to
Correct.
stand your point. You have to go like, this is where I stand, and I stand by my opinion, and I have to be firm. So it all depends on you reading the audience and you
Yeah,
knowing where you're stepping.
agree. Couldn't agree more.
Arthur, hey, how do you say when you do something not right? The person, you say, I made a mistake. Then you say, wow, I totally agree with you.
Love that. Yeah.
Well, it seems that we we don't have just students, learners. We have comedians here tonight with us.
Yeah, people, yeah. Tell me, we need to do like a lunch and learn one day where people can share their experience and stories with us at the workplace. I would absolutely love to hear like stories. Like, imagine if Arthur would say this to a colleague. I would definitely be up to listen to that. Oh, look
Oh,
at
good.
Paula here. The next one, you should go on vacation.
Oh my God, now I get it. Now I get it. Paula's being sarcastic as well.
You should go on vacation, I guess.
I think it's time.
I guess you're done. Yeah. It's like you need
I think
time
your
out.
brain is
Time out.
not working. Yeah,
Just go rest,
just go and
recharge,
it's
come back.
time. It's all right. Don't get me wrong. You might have a misperception about the subject. Okay, Layla wrote another one. Don't get me wrong. You might have a misperception about the subject. The "don't get me wrong" thing is really cool. It's like no offense, but don't get me wrong, but, and then you can you can say whatever you want to say after that, and then you're safe. Because but I said no offense before. I prepared you for that. No, I'm just kidding. But that's a good one.
Yeah,
Don't get me
that's
wrong.
the kind of thing that gets my nerves, because it's like, don't get me wrong, excuse me. I mean, don't be offended, and then it's like you were offending me, just saying, don't offend me.
Yeah.
I mean,
No offense, but
I'm not saying this sentence specifically. I'm just saying that way, that kind of approach. It's like, really? Don't
yeah.
play that with me. But it's
I'm
fun.
afraid Janine, read for us and see.
I'm afraid I can't agree with your behavior. That wasn't the best attitude you could have had. So Janine is assuming here it's a behavior issue. Like the mistake is more
Mm-hmm.
around behavior, not exactly a task. And which
Mm-hmm.
in that case, it's fine. I'm afraid I can agree with your behavior. That wasn't the best attitude you could have had. Yeah, a
Yeah.
great way to
I
approach it.
think, yeah. Yeah. When it's something related to maybe behavior, I guess it's different from a technical mistake that could have been absolutely unintentional, and behavior, something that could maybe offend people, that could be a little more
Yeah,
serious.
it's more
I guess that would
complex.
fit. Yeah, it's more complex for sure.
And especially because if you're
All
talking
right.
about behavior, it's something that you actually see. So you observe a behavior, so then you need to call it out, describing the behavior. So it's not about your perception, it's what you saw that could lead to a certain belief. So that's the complexity about calling out behaviors. But great example. Sorry if I'm getting too passionate about the subject here.
All right, Juju is saying, I'm afraid you've got it wrong. Okay, I'm afraid is always nice it's a frame, it's a good frame to give bad news, for confrontation, something negative. You've got it wrong. Okay, you've got it wrong. Either you understand it incorrectly or you did something incorrectly. I'm afraid you've got it wrong. And then, right, tell them what it is they got wrong. Nice one, Juju. Thank you. Uh, Americans, you failed to bring the quality deadline we expected. That's how they say it, Lucas. You failed to bring the quality we expected. Has that ever happened to you, Lucas? Have you ever seen that in real life? Nice one.
Apparently, he has some trauma with Americans.
Yes,
I have my
yes, yes.
share, so don't worry. And I still love them. I love them all.
Fefe says, first of all, I would like to talk about what happened with the situation. Okay, you mean like entering the subject of the mistake and then telling the person what you didn't like, or what happened? All right, first of all, I would like to talk about what happened in that situation. Okay, first of all, what happened in that or the situation. That would be a very generic introduction to the serious matter that you are about to discuss. That's what I understand, okay, from that sentence. What else here? Not polite at
That's the
all.
last one.
The last one. I gotta go. All right, bye-bye. Yes, also, we gotta go. It's already 9:45.
Yes.
Instagram is going to cut us off in a couple of minutes.
Yeah, sorry, I
Yes,
failed to be
dear.
the timekeeper here.
Yes. So, Lucas, yes, Americans are very straightforward. They're very blunt, you know. They speak their mind, especially in the workplace, right? They're very professional. So I guess they expect everybody to be as well.
Yeah.
Well, I have something for you then. I have more sentences here that I will be posting, and I want you to comment and leave more suggestions, more substitutions, and keep playing the game with us. All right, so stay tuned on Instagram stories, on Reels, on our feed. We will post more sentences there to keep the game rolling. Thank you all so much for participating, for playing the game with us. And we really hope that this was a nice exercise of recalling, finding synonyms, going in your library and trying to find different ways to say the same thing. This is one little exercise that can be repeated with anything in the English language, all right? If you struggle with adjectives, play this game with adjectives. You struggle with idioms and, phrasal verbs, do it with them. This same exercise can work with anything to expand your vocabulary, expand how you say things, all right? Thank you so much for coming and participating. Thank you, MC, for coming as well. Okay,
I
all
would
right.
miss it for the world. Thank you.
All right, long time no see. Oh, just one thing, Vika, long time no see. I missed. Oh, looking forward to rewatch it. Excellent. Come back, watch all the classes. They're all saved. Please leave your like here. Leave your like on the feed as well. It helps us a lot. We really appreciate it. All right. Thank you all. Have an amazing week. See you all next week, next Wednesday at 9 p.m. Brazil time. As usual, we are here. Right, MC?
Yes, enjoy the rest of your weekend. We'll see each other again next week. Bye bye.
Bye bye. Bye bye. Thank you. Thank you.